Regeneration.
Normally.
He forgot there was a Balto chasing him.
I'm trying to remember where my tip button is.
Yeah, again, they TP snaking back bottom, but this is super unfavorable for VGJ. Razor's gonna trade against AM, which is not, it's not like he's gonna have a bad game, but he wants to be against Tide, just dominating this guy. Instead, they're losing bottom and trading top.
Are they just worried like you TP a hero down there and then he's already got his TP from before, he'll just lane switch straight away?
I'm just upset because I was saying how VGJ smokes level 1 to always get the favorable lanes, then they accept the unfavorable ones and they're just like, all right, play on. Maybe they just think they're the better team and, they want to give Mineski a little bit of help.
Yeah.
It's just group stage.
There's a lot on the line, especially for this game. This is the deciding game. This puts you in either an elimination game or the winner's bracket. Like, that's a lot on the line.
Man, I miss being in the winner's bracket. Those are the days.
I loved KP's tweet when Newbie was able to get themselves up there. It's like, I don't even remember. I don't remember what the winner's bracket feels like.
Good for them. I've been ragging on Newbie a lot, but they looked a lot better at this tournament, unlike their counterparts and fellow group mates Na'Vi.
Oh, sorry, you're to be serious in your comments. SVG makes it to the other side of the wall, but not far enough away. The anchor of Tidehunter can reach him, and now it's 4-0. 3 kills for a Tidehunter. You talked about how Ice is about to itemize to stop VGJ Storm damage. They are fueling the beast. He just put himself up a soul ring. There's more consumables heading to the bottom lane. It's only a matter of time before you start seeing things like Pipe arriving.
Yeah. And once again, by the way, Moon is dump string middle.
Oh, nice dump from Jabs. They're still going to glimpse him back, but they fire strike over to Ice, letting Savage finishing the job over on Jabs, and they should... No, they can't. They actually can't. A 3-hero rotation, and they do not get the advantage. In fact, they're going to back up. You just hit 5 minutes. It's shrine time, baby.
Just to reiterate, Moon Timber is dumpstring mid.
Yeah.
He's double the CS and nearly equivalent denies to Rezo CS as Timber versus OD, so...
And efficiency shrine.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch this replay whenever I got a PC available, because I did not think Timber was so dominant of a mid hero. We haven't seen it very often at all.
Maybe
I feel like
maybe it's just Moon Timber.
Yeah?
You're flagging at the fact that it's beaten you in the past.
Yeah? But I mean, that's not so complicated.
Really is true. Oh, I worked out Wyvern and Axe. I know how to beat him. I always liked that combo actually from Epicenter, the original.
That was our cheese for the game to actually make it into the tournament.
What is up? As Ice is very happy to try and tank anything they're going to throw at him. Could love that regeneration. The plus strength is the 14.1 with the Tango consumption to his 1100 HP. Resolution does not look healthy in mid. He's got 26 intelligence stolen from Timbersaw, who's dumb as bricks right now, at 159 mana in his pool. Okay, it's a little bit too far, Ninja Boogie. Really trying to get aggressive onto Yawa.
The game, obviously, not out of control. It's just typical Dota2. Some stuff happens in the lanes, but it doesn't really affect too much because the team losing lanes is really only a kill or two behind at any point in the game.
Resolution's taking so much from that chakra. Yeah, he's got no escape. He's got no real high. He's got no boots. His bottom lane, Snake is going to go down. 3 heroes move over. The lightning, maybe with 6 charges. He's so low on life. 25 HP, that's enough. Especially when Razors arrive, stealing so much damage. The glimpse back, Ice. And this is exactly what VGJ Storm needed.
Yeah, and that's the Razor versus Tide factor right there. All of a sudden, he's going to be able to dominate the lane even though he just showed up. But we can probably expect Tidehunter to TP top because, again, you want to keep avoiding this Razor because he just crushes you much like we saw there. And I think Rezo is hurting himself because he went for this Aquila build. I strongly believe that just triple null is the way to play this hero, especially if you're playing up against the Timbersaw, because your intelligence is far more important than your damage because it gives you more mana on essence or a procs. And it's all about the intelligence when you're OD. Also makes your orb hit harder. And when you see Miracle play it, Sumail play it, they're always going for at least 2, often 3 null talismans. So I think that's a bit of a miscue there and part of why he's behind in lane.
Ninja Boogie just revealed the fact they have an Observe Ward on the hill. It's gone through a lot of this duration, but now MSS, Ninja Boogie, jabs. Okay, they don't know about this. The smoke rotation, he doesn't have a point of void, so MSS can just blink himself away unless they hit the stun. But it won't happen.
Blink himself away?
No, Barrow, the other B.
The other B word.
Yeah.
Deja vu, they're once again playing behind tier 1 tower. No catapult though this time.
Yeah, but they have a double damage Ninja Boogie. I think he can make up for it. And jabs hiding in the side. So yeah, they understand they need more support. But notice too, VGJ Storm, they're bringing in extra numbers too. So Disruptor, SVG in position for it.
Top lane.
Oh boy. Nice. Yeah. Ravage is now available. SK TP's in towards the mid. They're going to try and do something with this. MSS waiting in the tree line. Maybe an attempted denial, but then again, SVG caught out. The wall is up. Moon cannot chase this out, but now they see MSS arriving in the lane. Burrow strike forward, but Moon, 16 reactive armor charges up and running. A quick chakram using the mana before Resolution is going to take any more of that intelligence from him. Glimpse it back to the other side of the tower, but then chain forward. Jabs, the lightning slow, working with the chakram, so just destroy Disruptor. Then the timber chain forward. MSS, chakram, 1 second. Can he actually hit the mark? MSS, juke left, right, left, and left. All the way back up the hill away from Moon.
Dude, I love this. It's like a way. My favorite thing about watching like sport on camera is the some play goes down, the athletes interacting, a little jabbing here and there, and when you get this all chat, it's beautiful. Like it just adds to the game.
It's bringing the bands.
Yeah, it lets the players communicate in a wholesome and family-friendly way.
Well, Moosey's about to jump in for a kill. You can feel him want to go for the Disruptor. He's got Mana Void available. And they don't go. Not while VGJ Storm back off for the 10-minute bounty runes. Meanwhile, Snaking, forced to shapeshift. Ravage committed. 2 big ultimates. They need more damage. The Snaking's got the movement speed. They'll get back into lane behind the tier 1 tower. Static Link onto the Jazz. Pyro Strike, MSS. That one's a little bit more wild, but they have SVG. Level 2 glimpse. I think Jabs understood the fact that he was never TPing away from this.
Dude, the problem is, OD is so far behind right now. He's nearly half the net worth.
It's the same net worth as that of the Lycan, the offlaner.
Yeah.
But it's 4.6k to the 2.8k, 2.9k of the OD.
And he keeps not getting the procs. He's again. I swear, it's just because he doesn't have enough intelligence. He needs to get smarter.
Hey, he had like 25 stolen intelligence from the Timbersaw.
Wasn't enough, but it fades.
It does.
Much like my knowledge of trigonometry as the years go by.
I never learned it in the first place, so it can't fade.
All I remember is Sokotoa. But apparently that's all you need.
Oh.
It feels like the same game where the Tide and Timber are going to be free to make so much space that the AM is going to have complete freedom around the map.
And then, how much pressure then? It's just apply the Razor. He is going to go for that BKB, so that was the items you were talking about that's going to enable VGJ just to find and cause issues for the damage. But
they're set up on the bottom. They got Glimpse and Disruptor ult, but he's being baited.
Size is there, just off to the side, taking stamp by as well for the extra support. And Mushi is rapidly above Fury.
Yep.
You said it wasn't going to be a 7-minute buff and farm. Instead, it's probably still going to be around the 14-15-minute mark.
The thing is, OD still countered AM, but he has no method of like wave clear. So he's more of a lane dominator, and he then wants to start rotating, finding some kills, and collecting heroes and creep waves. Just when you're behind, you have a tendency to just stay behind for the rest of the game because you don't have a recovery mechanic.
For the MSS to actually just be able to take a lane, but you can't do that. Like, no. He's going to die on the lane, because that's what we saw Mineski doing early today. They just sat and won the lane, just put their SK there, and all of a sudden you're caught up to your blink dagger, you're caught up to your initiation. But even that, because the space isn't there, MSS is just being well ripped. So he can go for stuns like this, but all he's doing is just saying hello at Moon. He wants to kill. Ninja Boogie's arriving. This is 9 times that Silence and Void doing so much work. The Timber chain forward. MSS, where is this escape from him? Burrow Strike's available. Ninja Boogie has Void, but he doesn't have a crippling fear, so MSS not silenced. Now he'll use the Burrow Strike. maybe hoping support from the rest of VGJ can arrive sooner, but Ninja Boogie turns around, puts the silence out. He's keeping VGJ looking behind themselves, and Sneaking goes ulti for, but even with the shapeshift, I don't think he wants anything to do with this. They're going to glimpse the Timber back in again with the Burrow Strike, hold him inside the storm. Ravage, the tide was too close, he lit a 4-man Ravage by space for Moon. Bullshit! He's going to live in the tree line! No, the plasma field, that'll put him down. Yawa arrives at the right time. It's still Mineski in so damn deep. The Pulse Nova, they're out of mana. Ninja Boogie, he'll go down with the Static Link, giving the extra reveal. So another good time for the rotation from Razor. But this feels like smoke and mirrors. You're typing underneath the tier 2 tower to create space for Mushi to finish up his Battle Fury. I don't think you really want to sacrifice too much, though.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Only thing is, OD wasn't there, and they did get critical kills. That still definitely favors VGJ, and once again, Mineski getting a bit kill horny as that tier 1 is still alive. I approve of the balls of steel they love to play with, but...
there's like nowhere to run away. Like, you've even got the shrine on the west of these towers.
Yeah, exactly. You're playing against Disruptor, so there's always that window, and that's the threat of the hero, where you always have the ability to just pull somebody back into the Thunderdome. Even if it's Timbersaw, eventually you go down. The Razor died, respawned, and came back. They were behind the tower for so long.
It was also kind of hilarious. Ice could have actually saved Moon, because he was on the edge of the Static Storm, which stopped him from getting the Ravage out, and in that time, VGJ were able to hit him just a couple more times. And it was real close for Moon to survive there. His reactive armor, like, it was almost able to repair him enough that the plasma field didn't kill him off. And VGJ still were looking for more, but then up on top lane, Mushi. He continues the pressure. He's got another 300 gold before the Battle Fury is done. Then this pressure is going to be a lot more consistent, because he's going to be some sort of friction in the way. Then Jabuki caught out. The rest of VGJ, they don't have to reach him. The damage from Razor is enough, and they're just TP'd out.
Yeah. I love what Moon's doing too, and another just sign of Mineski's experience and composure. Last game he rushed a Bloodstone, but it's a completely different game and a completely different matchup. You're playing against OD. He's going Hood straight into Solar Crest. You need to remove the OD's ability to hit you. So get Mischance. I expect him to get a Yules later, maybe even a BKB, because otherwise OD just slaughters you the entire game. You itemize for it, it's not quite as bad. Ghost Scepter also acceptable. Probably a Ghost Scepter in this game, to be honest. There's so much physical from the 3 cores of VGJ Storm.
Yeah, I really thought Ice would have actually gone for these items to also negate a lot of that damage. He's going Refresher. He's going straight up Refresher.
That's all the change. You don't have the mana pool for that. Maybe you do. With
that's what he's going to queue it up. Now Ninja Boogie trying to find his target. It's the silenced up Lycan, but Jan will arrive. There goes your Rabbit, catching out too with the Timber Chain forward. They got enough damage. No! Snaking has the stick charge to give him the life. It won't be the same story for Yawa. He's got a lot of kills behind him at the Forest Strike. Epicenter, MSS will have the damage to kill off Jazz. A little bit of extra edict damage down on the ground. But now Snaking, the blink fall with the Ice had to get the body block and the negation of damage. MSS, okay, do what you can underneath the Black Dragons. They don't have detection. He'll walk back up. Now he's in range of the Sentry Ward. They see him trying up as quick as he possibly can. No one else really capitalized on this. Into the trees. No Hunter Knight to jump up over the edge of the ridge. So a kill in, actually, for SVG. He took it away from Resolution, but a kill is a kill.
Sick play from Ninja Boogie there. Getting the silence off in the OD saves his Timbersaw stuck in the Disruptor ulti, so there's no orb damage coming out. There's no damage on the Timber whatsoever, if that is the case. And in the meantime, Mushi, once again, farming. That was a 4-on-5 team fight.
It was. He is #1 in net worth and now has the Battle Fury. Like, yep. It was already done. So he's almost finished up the Asha.
Yep. Another thing, they don't actually, I expect to get a BKB at some point this game, and you really don't have anything to kill him once that comes out. You're all in on this ability of the Disruptor and the OD, but an Astral setup doesn't even work once that BKB comes out.
This is a great Observe Ward on the bottom lane, right underneath that tier 1 tower of Dire side. They've seen the movement of MSS and they react accordingly. Mushi moves to the opposite side of the map from VGJ Storm, and the other Observer Ward they got planted inside the Dire jungle, so wherever VGJ Storm is moving to try and fight, Mineski gets so much early information that Mushi just goes the opposite direction, cleans up the double stack, makes sure there's no shenanigans of losing this, and then we'll just head north away from the smoke gang, and they put Moon and Ice, the two tankiest heroes of Mineski, in the firing line. and we'll see if they can survive it. SVG's got the ultimate. Static Link will begin. Ice, ice, ice. Back towards the shrine. He's already going to start burning it. They're looking for a target. Yahweh is the one that Moon decided to go on. Doesn't really get the follow-up, however. They also glimpse the Leshrac back to the tier 1 tower, so he can defend against the Lycan momentum.
Space for Mushi.
Yeah. Just feels like every single one of these fights that doesn't go the way of VGJ Storm is so critical just because of this. The anti-mage is taking over your top.
Yep. All right, and look at this. I like what they're doing. They're scouting out with Wolves, trying to find Mushi, but he sniffs that out, recognizes pressure is on the way thanks to that great ward placed by the man Ninja Boogie up in the top Dire jungle.
Dire's middle tower.
You see the Lycan start moving over. It's safe to assume it's time to get out of dodge.
Is Mushi actually coming to fight?
No.
He walked away from the first ancient camp, or is it just because
he wants to farm
the ancient prowlers?
Yeah, he wants to farm, well, that partly, but he also wants to farm more in the direction of his team. You want to always have an option: farm creeps or help team. If he farms left side, then he's exposed. If he continues to move towards his team, he can farm enemy jungle while still allowing his team the safety of knowing he's nearby.
Cut your boys in case times get rough. But the bottom tier 1 tower was taken. Moon is tanking it up, and well, we see him just rinse and repeat this play every single time. Has already finished the Solar Crest, has the Hood of Defiance, so a lot of sustain on the Timbersaw. Now it's like they're waiting for someone from VGJ Storm to just fight the mid, but this ain't happening. SVG is waiting around Roshan instead, but the Observer sees everything. VGJ Storm have got to be kicking them. Okay, yeah, now Sentry down, they get rid of the Obs.
But now look at the new ones that have been placed. Bottom side, where the target going to play down there.
They found jabs, they're glimpsing him down into the wall. Ninja Boogie's nearby. It's taking so long for Snakey to try and run around. The collapse, the Thunderstrike, that'll do enough work to kill off Leshrac, but Ice, 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 waiting for a good initiation. They're all around him. He blinks up, dodges the orb, turns around for the gush, but Leshrac has died for the shapeshift, which is now completely worn out. Remember, Mushi is still playing on the bottom lane. He's got 2 bounty runes to grab the 20-minute ones, as well as pressure the tier 2 tower. Yep. And Ninja Boogie's taking both of the top bounty runes as well. Financially, this appears like an ultimate crisis.
I really want to reiterate just how nice this has been from Mineski. They ward top, they play bottom, let AM utilize the vision in enemy jungle. Now they ward bottom, leave the area, go pick fights as AM continues to pressure and farm with the safety of vision. Like, it's really, really high-level Dota 2.
And you wonder how VGJ Storm deal with this. Like, we were tossing out other options for the mid lane. Like, who can actually counter, who can grab these guys? The OD, yeah, he's a real powerful hero, but he doesn't have that catch out. Like, they had to start setting traps, but then MSS needs his Blink Dagger. Yeah, they found him. With the Mana Void, gives a little bit of extra damage. He had some 6 charges available, but Ice kills him with the Anchor Smash. And thanks to the Observer on the hill, they knew extra support was the form of SVG. They'll get rid of him, and with 2 heroes down, this is now Mineski taking tier 2 tower.
Same thing we saw last game. The AM Timbersaw make it so easy to play around you because they're just eating creep waves. Naturally, it's the same as the previous game we just saw, where you're forced to defend. You don't want to bring 3 heroes, so it's like, all right, Lycan will come play here, but you have full vision of the area. The AM is obviously there. Now a +1 shows up, boom, that Lycan has no ult, he's dead. And that's what heavy wave clear and a vision advantage can give you. You're putting VGJ into a little box. And much like Mad Eye Moody, you can't get out of the box without a bit of assistance. In this case, I think that might have to be that game 2 draft.
That is such, like... What kind of reference is that? I know it's accurate. Yao was in a hell of a lot of trouble. Manaboy would actually kill SVG. He needed to drop that only to save his own life. Mushi in real trouble, can't get away. The Fire Strike catches 2. And Mineski kill hungry, but they're brought in extra friends. Now the Ravage will pop, clipping SVG on the back line. The Lycan on the front. The wall is down. Shapeshift, no more of it. And they need that extra control. Gosh off cooldown 1 second time. That will be enough to slow to tip a chain forward. The Chakram will finish the job. Still a big hero to lose in the form of Mushi, but the cost is always high for VGJ Storm.
In the meantime, Resolution is 0-0-2, and he is still farming. Pretty much playing the role of Anti-Mage in this game, but somehow he's 5,000 gold behind. Could that be perhaps because instead of buying a Battle Fury, he's forced to buy Blink?
Dire's top tower.
He's an OD. Yeah, okay, Cleave Orb. Yeah, that's going to be his only way back into this. But unfortunately, that will be imbalanced.
Yeah, recovery OD is an oxymoron.
Yes. And the amount of strength which we saw from Razor, like from Yawar at the very, very beginning, it felt real strong.
Yep.
He came into those fights on bottom lane, and he was wrecking. His presence was so good.
It's like the beginning of Eminem's career. Pretty much everything is straight fire. But now, recovery, OD, and much like the album, it's not that great.
Sorry, bring back Rihanna, and then all of a sudden it's going to work.
Ugh.
I don't want to stand here and watch VGJ Storm burn.
Love the way you lie is such an overrated song. Throwing it out there.
That's why you choose it every single time we do karaoke?
No, I don't. I've never done that before, Toby. Stop making stuff up.
I am. There's a fly. Outright the seat. Ice, TP out. Oh boy! That TP support. Moves is there to help out. Emerson's alone. Oh, he gets the chain off. First strike won't connect. They don't have the control. And friends are coming in. Jabs and Muji looking to fight. SVG Storm Wall won't hold anybody. It actually just keeps Jabs off to the side. But then it enables Muji to move forward. Mana Void out Resolution. The epicenter damage is all into the tanky Night Stalker, who's still got 10 6 chances. Meanwhile, Moose has been playing with the rest of the team this entire time. He doesn't worry about having 77 damage off from him because he's whirling death and chakra through the rest of the world. And VGJ Storm, they are just charging forward. Lycan has no escape. VG Storm, they got no players alive.
I love what Moon did. The perfect items. Hood, Solar Crest, Yules. That's what actually gives him survivability in a game like this, because OD doesn't just get free pot shots off on him, and he can kite so effectively. He doesn't scale quite as well, but he doesn't need to, because his job isn't to stay top net worth. It's Mushi.
Well, Mushi's going to be able to do that even easier now. He's actually finished his BKB.
Right items as well. This is what separates true Tier 1 teams from the chaff. And VGJ, they're actually really good. I think this game is just rough for them once the lanes go poorly, but Mineski makes this game easy for themselves because of the way they itemize. It is super important. They're playing well. The vision game is great.
Are you still believing in the refresher from Tide then? Because he committed for it.
What else? I mean, you don't need a pipe. They're not doing enough damage. Crimson Guard, you don't like because you're playing against OD.
So you
it doesn't help.
You just get the double ravage.
Yeah, why not? Style points.
Sure. The BKB is taking forever because OD can't finish it. Lycan's not building one, he's building Necrobook, and the Razor can't finish the BKB either, so yeah, but now, Ravage is king.
Radiant
I don't mind it. I mean, it's just game winning, and you're going to hit a timing with BKB Anti-Mage that you just double Ravage and win the game, and I like it also because you don't want to go into the hyper late game. AM is a hero that wins the game on his 4 or 5 item timing.
Yeah, which is like 30-40 minutes, which they're approaching right now.
Exactly. You don't want to go into the hyper late game because you just don't scale fast enough. You get 6 slotted faster than almost any other carry, but especially right now in a game you're playing against a hard counter to yourself as OD. If OD were ever to catch up and be even just 1 item behind instead of 2 or 3, it gets even.
Bullshit. That's what he gets? I did the math. He's about 45 mana short without the Arcane Rune. But Tide just picked up an Arcane Rune.
Even with Soul Ring?
Actually, with Soul Ring, he has enough with Soul Ring.
Yeah, that's the only reason I
approve. But he cannot use Gush or Anchor Smash to do it.
Yeah, you get double Soul Ring, of course, because of the refresher. So I like the choice. Again, I don't know if he was thinking about the whole time, but if he had no Soul Ring, as you said, it would be still short of the immediate double Ravage. And it's always a bit risky when you're playing against OD, Necrobooks. What if you just lose a bit of mana?
Oh, we're going to Aegis the Immortals coming into the hands of Mushi. With that BKB, Amanda style, he's ready just to jump on anyone he sees and kill him. And they smoked up instantly. He's going to try and, so Mushi attacks the mid lane. The rest of Mineski, they want to force the team fight. They see the plaster field, they know exactly where Yawar is. I'm wondering if it's almost worth a blind Ravage just to get the initiation off, and that's exactly what happened. It clipped all 3 of them, and then you can go for the refresher. Which he did instantly, but there was no follow-up. Shapeshift has been used. Moon is on the hunt. Mushi is chasing up. Disrupt the blink forward will block him out. So SVG cannot continue the run away. 4 heroes lost for VGJ Storm. And Resolution split pushing, trying to create some space.
Now you just beeline for that mid wave. Keep it alive, they glyph it. Beautiful play, man. Mineski doing all the little things right. Very much a hot and cold team.
They're hot right now, though.
Hell yeah.
And they're going to burn through this mid tower. 2 points in Edict, but it's all of the damage of Moon. He's racking up reactive armor charges, just tanking up the tier 4 towers. He's preparing himself for the battle ahead. Because Razor is respawning, taking a little bit longer. Okay, he's going to shark him the 3 waves, thank you. Wish you could have done that with 2 swings, but that'll work.
Another really distant play was Ice using our pressure right away.
MSS Epicenter preparing. Mushi, where's his BKB? He Manta Styles out. MSS, he's underneath the Sentry Ward. Totally revealed and brought down. Buyback is available, but the melee rack's already lost. And what are they going to do? Figure it out.
Beautiful. They even utilize the chat wheel properly. Mineski doing everything right this time.
Yalwas dealing a lot of damage pretty early on. Here comes your Ravage. Resolution's BKB. Let's send the Yule Scepter. Tempestor dodges it, going up into the air. Beautiful timing. You can see it coming from a mile away. Here the Evan Jones rolling boulder moment, but he sidesteps it. And VGJ Storm forced back into their base. No OD for 55 seconds. Second lane of Frax is coming. Jabs is going down. Snaking wants to try and fight. He may be able to get this pickup over onto Snaking. Ice jumps forward, takes away the damage, and now they look for the target. And the first hit bash from Mushi. Sure, throw in some RNG. SVG gets a wonderful storm out. The Mushi is not involved in it, especially with the BKB protecting him. And they're looking for the new target. Anyone else have a Sentry Ward? No. Instead, they just force MSS to blink further away, killing off the Necro units, keeping the fight going. The Lycan is brought back into the fight, but reactive armor charges, they're a little low for Moon. The Wolves are helping. No, you do not want to chain that. Moon, be very happy you missed that. There's no truth. You can't chain the Aegis, the Immortal. I know Mineski looks like they're going to go to TI, but you can't grab it with a hook.
For the record, he didn't juke the OD ult. It just didn't do any damage.
Really? I thought he healed and went up, and it was like, okay, cool.
He healed it because he was like, he had the window to die, but you still regen and heals, so he just didn't care. And that was the BKB reveal from OD. He finished it just before that fight, but as you can see, Resolution just kind of ineffective completely. 0, 2, and 3, no real impact, no real recovery mechanic, and when you lose a lane this bad to a Tempestor, all of a sudden you are screwed. But again, I point to the itemization, the vision, just really the gameplay of Mineski, near flawless execution. And there isn't really much to say. I would just keep singing their praises. I don't even think VGJ played that bad.
Just Mineski's rotations from Mineski's draft.
Yeah.
I'm wondering in game 2 of this, if they ban Moon out in the second phase, if they ban out the Tempestor. Because it seems they're just running the same kind of sit behind mid lane style that is enabling all the other heroes of Mineski just to work no matter what the draft may have been. Alright, Mushi. He can take that top range rack while the rest of VGJ Storm are inside the Radiant jungle. He's wondering where the hell they are. Mineski, they smoke up, they're running into the base. If VGJ Storm want to all be away from base, they have no TP on the Lycan right now. We can buy one from the side shop. Everyone else does have a TP scroll. And it's just Yawar on defense duty.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Is that they're waiting for the return? Nope, there's the jump in. Rishi trying to bait a reaction. They have double Ravage available, plus a double Dagon, sure. He doesn't have the mana for that. But smoke up, backlines, VGJ Storm.
Well, they found him.
The tower's within deny range, and yep, they found Snaking. Jump forward, where's that bash? Ninjabuki can't slow him down, not enough. They blink to the side. Snaking thought about turning around and getting involved in this fight, but not going to happen.
There's the bash. I think, yeah, Snaking's going to die.
Blink forward, needs some units to defend him. Mushi, well, he'll take the damage from the Necro units, but Snaking's in the trees. And it feels like Nightstalk is hunting, waiting for him to come back. NS has a BKB before you can get one onto the Razor.
The itemization's perfect. It's like I've said it now 7 times, I think, but it's really, I have no complaints whatsoever. The BKB is critical here on both the AM and the Nightstalker, and you remove OD's ability to battle back into the game ever when you pick up these items on multiple heroes. Timbersaw doesn't need the BKB, but he itemized in a way to limit OD's damage as much as possible while still scaling. And Tidehunter just, he's not a target. He's going to chill, wait, blink in, double ravage. How do you deal with that? And then jabs coming through with the chat wheel. Just perfect. He's just game planned flawlessly for any situation.
You are so NA Dota. It's so heavily in your blood.
You know, in Han, there was what's known as a smackdown, where you could taunt someone, and if you got the kill successfully, it would play a unique animation.
Yeah, where's that game now?
Doesn't matter. My point is, I retired with the most smackdowns in professional heroes.
They got down to disruptor. Here's number 1 Ravage. Here's number 2 Ravage. They just flipped Resolution like a pancake. He's going to buy back a leather, so hey, pancakes live again. But flattened down, snaking, just being wrecked. When Resolution needs to start stealing some intel, all they can start doing is cleaning up creep waves. They're going to run a Vatos down? Sure, yeah, why not? And then Epicenter forward towards Ice. Moon trapped inside the disruptor Storm, but who really is trapped? Ice. They clip Moochie down in front of Resolution, but it is GG. Game is done. Mineski take game 1 against VGJ Storm. Just terrific play, hands down. The better teaming.
I'm not. You're not. Yeah. I'm not trapped in here. I'm not. You're locked in. Exactly.
Yes.
And they would have. I think.
Rorschach.
I think you would have needed quite a few Watchmen to help out VGJ Storm to actually take victory in this game.
We are the cast of horrendous puns and horrible, like
It's a great
unrelated
graphic novel. That's the
conversation.
only